Okay, I think we're going to get started. We're up to about 103 participants. So thanks everyone for joining us this morning. We're really excited to have you here with us today. I'm Nicole DeCrappeo. I'm the USGS Director of the Northwest Climate Adaptation Science Center, and really pleased to welcome you to day 2 of the Northwest Regional Invasive Species and Climate Change Symposium. Over 500 people registered for this event, so we've clearly tapped into a topic of great interest and urgency to many of you in the region. If you were with us yesterday for day 1 of the symposium, you heard my colleague Paul Heimowitz with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service Regional Office in Portland tell the Northwest RISCC origin story. And I'll just repeat a little bit of that story for today's new attendees. So about 4 years ago, Paul learned about the Northeast RISCC network. So our colleagues in the Northeast who had started up this network, and it brought an innovative approach to shining light on the nexus of invasive species and climate change. A couple of years later, an informal conversation with Paul's Fish and Wildlife Service colleagues and a few of us at the Northwest CASC led to the idea of replicating a RISCC network in the Northwest. With shared funding and enthusiasm, that seed took root. The Northwest RISCC network has grown from there with the help of many partners. And given the turnout for the symposium, I think will continue to grow for the foreseeable future. I want to give a special thanks to the Northwest RISCC advisory team, who's helped get this network up and running and provided invaluable input into this symposium. We heard a lot of great talks yesterday, and if you missed any of them, the recorded presentations will be shared with all registrants after the symposium ends. Today, I think, will be challenging. We're going to dive more into ecological transformation and what it might mean to accept that the plants and animals we see on the landscape today may not be there tomorrow. Our greatest challenge is going to be that our goals have been really difficult to achieve with a stable climate. And where I was going with that is that now we're throwing greater climate variability and extremes into the mix. We may need to rethink our ultimate management goals and reevaluate some of our core values. But I don't want to get too heavy here first thing in the morning. So I'm going to turn this over to my good friend and colleague, Gregg from EcoAdapt, and she's going to walk us through the rest of the day. Thanks, everyone.
Sure. Thanks so much, Nicole. So here is our agenda for today. As Nicole said, welcome back. Yesterday, we heard from speakers about the latest research on invasives in the Northwest. We heard from Invasive Species Council representatives on challenges to current management efforts, and some initial perspectives from managers who are having to decide between rehabilitating existing systems and then moving towards creating and managing new and novel systems. So our speakers today are going to talk and provide a bit of a story arc for you related to transforming how we consider management in light of a changing climate. So what are the practical but all shifts we may need to make as we determine where to invest our time and our money?